All right, everyone. So we have started to tear apart our garage to do a good organization and lay out the whole thing. Then I found out we have an upcoming trip that we were trying to get ready for, and I'm not able to get all the time off. So we have to go to Cheyenne, Wyoming, then come back, and then go back to Colorado. Well, with our off-road rigs, which happen to also be our daily drivers, they don't get the greatest fuel economy. So with that being said, we're gonna try to road trip in our 92 diesel Dodge. Now, we have done some road trips in this. There's a few things we need to address. It has some clunking going on when you go to put it in gear. So we'll dive in and try to diagnose that. You can't hear yourself think in the cab because so much air comes inside the cab with the windows closed even.
You don't need to hear yourself think.
So we'll try to get that figured out and do some fixes and maybe even diagnose the air conditioning. That's kind of where we're at. So, and actually I got this weekend to get this more roadworthy, and then we'll have a test trip actually the following weekend to go to St. Louis. That'll let me know if things work or not before our big trip to Cheyenne, because that's a lot longer drive.
Well, okay.
So do we even need to start it?
No.
Are the U-bolts loose?
Yeah.
So the last time we worked on this drive shaft was when?
It seems like a lifetime ago.
About 10 years ago.
I was leaving the shop that we was renting to store all of our stuff because we had to do a big life reset. So we had a shop that we were renting that was in a horrible spot. I was driving back home and I didn't get but maybe half a mile from the shop, and the truck started just shaking worse than normal, which if you have an old diesel, you understand what I mean, worse than normal. These things shake you out of there anyways. So I pulled off into a parking lot to find out that my U-joint was basically already removed. Now, I don't remember what U-joint because it's been many years ago, but we ended up, me and Levi, this is probably one of his first wrenching experiences.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
We changed the U-joint in the parking lot with probably a hammer, if I know myself, probably a hammer and some pliers.
It was.
Made it happen, you know? It's what you do. So, I don't remember what one it was, but at this point, you can hear we got a lot of clunking going on, especially when you put it in gear with the torque of the engine. I also have never replaced this carrier bearing, which it's got some tears and stuff. So I was debating on doing that as well. It's really not that bad, but we'll see.
But
When I get it out, I'll clean it up some because it's obviously got a lot of, it's an old diesel, right? So,
also,
that's probably not good.
what's going on?
I just rubbed the rubber and just had a whole chunk fall out.
See, also not good.
Well,
and
then.
The output shaft seal on the transmission is leaking.
Yep, which is way up here where the drive shaft slides into it. It's got a bunch of evidence of it slinging transmission fluid all around. So that's a good time to put that seal in because the whole drive shaft will be out.
And hey.
But one more thing I want to show you here real quick. Hold on, watch out, Levi. So while checking stuff out, I noticed by moving this one a little bit that my U-joint strap is loose.
No bueno.
Yeah, so
We would have had to have used our finger. Oh.
some people will get it. Some people will get it. Not all, but anyways. So we gotta tear this drive shaft out and
Give it some love.
This U-joint is very much rough. It doesn't turn. See how it's all jumpy?
smooth like butter.
Yeah, so the one up here,
Oh wow, see, this is how it's supposed to be. No jumpy.
Yes.
yep. So, what we gotta look at is the lock ring style. Well, this lock ring is broke. That's fun. So they're all outside lock rings. See how you got this here? This is the lock ring on it. So, and some U-joints have them inside. So this is all 4 outside lock ring. All 4 are outside. And then on the drive shaft, or on the differential side, is also all outsides. Even though there's no clips where it hooks on to the differential, to the yoke, it has tabs sticking up that the U-joint sits in between. So, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, it's just really dry, which is probably due to me because it's got a grease zerk. You can see how often that's been greased since we put it in. Maybe one time when I put it in.
Yeah.
So what you do is you got to squeeze.
Squeeze that and pray it doesn't fly away.
Yes. Do you want needle nose pliers?
Yeah, go buy some.
Right there.
You mean that tiny set?
No.
Yeah, you mean this tiny set? And we might have to tap this cap, or tap it in some. Yeah, see, that's the problem with these. They're super long, so we went from too small to huge. Nope. So I'm just gonna tap it down some, which should help release this lock ring.
Maybe.
Yep. Okay.
Now you gotta throw it out the window.
Oh, I do.
What is that? Is that the ball joint press?
Yeah. It's also got U-joint attachments.
Oh.
I've
Oh.
never done this, so we're gonna give it a whirl.
It almost fits over it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not necessarily ideal, but it'll allow the U-joint to.
Do those clip on?
Yeah.
They got a little safety pin on them.
Yep. Okay, we got both lock rings off. So normally what you could do is put a bigger socket down here or set this on something and hammer, and it'd allow you to get the, grab the other cap, it'd stick out the bottom, and then you could just pull it. I'm suspecting I can just use a ratchet on this. So now this should just push that through.
Did it work?
Partially. Another thing you can do too is hit on the side of the U-joint. Instead of trying to drive through here, it'll still push the cap down. Okay, so you grab onto it. Come on, come on. There. Okay. Now you drive it back the other way.
Rotate.
Nope. Boom. Angle it out. You join out. Even with the fancy tool, I still want to do the old method. These are one-time use clamps. They're pinch clamps. So it'll probably end up being zip ties when I'm all said and done. Trick is I don't want to tear the boot. I just want to get this off.
Got it. Mark it.
Now, before we pull it apart,
Hey.
I have to mark it.
Couldn't you use the zip ties that we have for the heat wrap? Because I know exactly where they're at.
Okay, so another thing too, drive shafts are balanced and they're phased together. So in this case, see how this ear, the drive shaft sticking up here? This ear here is also sticking up. So they have to stay in alignment with each other. This is splined. I can put this in any orientation. The problem I'll run into is it's gonna shake like mad if it's not phased the same way.
Because of the way they're balanced.
Yes. So what I'm gonna do is go through mark.
Also a big year difference too. Barely even see it.
Yep. That way, I can get it back to where it needs to be. So now, actually this has a main spline.
Oh, that big thick one?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Did all that for nothing.
Good. I don't have to worry about it. It's only got one way to go on.
Here, I'll get a better look. How this one is thicker.
Then all the other ones.
Yep. To make sure you spline it correctly.
Yep. All right. So that.
Do you just want this off the 92?
Sure. Okay. Gotta work on this.
That's not good.
Yep, so you can see the carrier bearing. How it's
Massive.
well, and so the problem is they'll start tearing, not necessarily here, but this is why I'm actually going to replace it. They'll start tearing in between, and this whole thing will just wobble around in there,
And oblong it out.
which will just cause a lot of vibrations. This one's actually not horrible somehow.
Because we don't drive it that much anymore.
But I'm still gonna go through and put one on here. So I guess I need to chase down a parts store.
What's your
Oh, O'Reilly.
No.
No.
I was just about to say auto farts.
Okay. We are back with parts.
Yes. So had to go to multiple places, but we did track down what appears to be the correct ones. This was the problem, was the carrier bearing, the center support, whatever you want to call it. The parts stores offer a skinny one, as well as one like this. This one matches ours.
And I'm sure the skinny one's for the gas trucks.
I'd assume so, but it's hard to say. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I keep track of what parts I actually have that come with this carrier bearing. Because I can see this not fitting. At all.
Already doesn't fit?
Well, I'm not a smart man, but I'm pretty sure this should slide over this. because this piece is not coming off. And that is not pressing over. So we have the right one now. It didn't come up in the part stores quite right. This is a Napa part number.
SKF at Napa.
Yeah, SKF brand at Napa. One thing to note, obvious difference here, right? So I'm not for sure yet. I do know that the inside diameter seems to be correct. Yeah, I'm gonna tear it apart. I also noticed too, this one doesn't come with a bottom plate, whereas the factory one has a bottom plate. So I already went and pried this side off. I just bent the tab so I can go like this and get it off of there. Might be able to reuse that on the new one. Then it's just a matter of removing stuff. The rest of this is probably going to get cut off, so if this isn't right, I'm in trouble. Well, I don't know if I need to cut it, because that didn't take nothing.
But that's just the rubber.
Yeah, but this is the piece that commonly gets deteriorated, which actually our rubber is, like I'm knocking chunks of rubber off doing that. And it's getting dry in the bearing too. It's a little crunchy turning.
Oh yeah, you can feel it.
It's only got 705,000 plus unknown miles.
Plus, yeah, this has all the miles.
Yes,
If this is
well,
the
that-
original. I
that-
don't know if it is or not.
I bet you it is.
Well, it's hard saying.
Well, he kept records
Yeah.
in the manual, so.
Before we own.
Well, and actually,
Yes.
that's funny. I look at the rubber thickness.
Is it just the outside is different?
The outside cage is different.
So could you reuse the cage?
Maybe. I don't know if I need to, but
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out.
yeah. Okay. So
It's zip tie.
I'm gonna try to tap this off. I don't think I'll need to reuse this part, but the other thing too, I think that would make good sense right now is to measure to make sure I know where I'm seated all the way. 7 7/8. Okay, now I could probably destroy everything. Trash.
Oh, isn't that just the dust cover?
Yeah, which has that one. Now the bearing just taps off. That'd be sweet, but I doubt it. Because this should be pressed on.
Oh, the brace off.
Which okay. Measure this too. This way I know I get it closer.
How's that? That's not an 8. Levi does better 8s than that, even when they're sideways.
That's when the marker doesn't turn because it's sticky. I use it to mark the drive shaft.
It's flat bags.
Yeah.
Not two.
Because we don't have a great way of pressing this bearing off, we are just going to cut it off and then pry it off with a chisel and a hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember what Ed said about the bearings on Big Boy? Yeah. We're not even close to that. Would you look at that? You want a better screwdriver? Chisel?
I mean, pry bar. Clean up. I'll push down. Don't put your fingers in. Yeah, there you go. That way you don't get your finger pinched or something if it rolls.
As you can see here, Jared has most of the bearing off. He's just got the innermost portion of the bearing to basically beat off the...
What in the heck's going on now?
Looks like you need to rotate. It's cockeyed.
No, it ain't.
It was.
Yeah, it was, but no, it ain't. It's not now.
Okay.
Well, we got it off.
Yep.
And by doing it that way, I didn't nick this at all.
Are you still gonna take some stuff to it and clean it?
Clean it up a little bit, yeah.
Sandpaper. That's the word I was looking for.
Yep.
What grit did you grab?
One I have. 400.
This is just to clean it up a little bit, make it smooth again,
Yep.
without gouging it.
Don't want to mess up my bed liner with brake cleaner. Dude, that was pretty jacked already, but see, I had to buy my own brake cleaner, so I try not to use too much of it. Like that thing everybody had going around for a while, you know. Somebody's done a carrier bearing before.
I would hope so. It's 705,000 miles.
Yeah, it's got a few nicks. I assume that's from having one done before. I mean, so I think this is actually supposed to be this,
Oh,
but judging by how it's necked in and everything, this is not going to be big enough.
no.
So, and mine's not in bad shape, so we're gonna go with that.
So how are you going to press that on?
I don't know. If I had the answer to that, we'd be done
Right.
already. I'm also gonna put a little grease on it. Okay. Nope, didn't work. I need an air compressor.
Yep.
based on this, by looking at, because this won't go in there all the way,
Yeah.
but I'm only a 1/8 inch from being all the way, and that's 8 inches, so I need to go about a 1/2 inch more. That is like within a 16th of an inch. I will say that's a win.
Is that too big?
Nope. You can bend it to make it work.
Yeah, I don't know if I need it. Okay. Yay. Carrier bearing installed. So, this weird piece that doesn't fit anywhere worked amazing to press it on. So in all honesty, if I was hammering this on, I'd have used this as well because it keeps you from hitting the rubber and stuff. So you could hammer on this whole surface instead of trying to use like a pipe or something. This was like designed for it. It didn't even bend. Okay, there's one piece of the puzzle down.
Before anybody else goes in the comments and say, you need to clean your shop or you need to be working with light. Much like the rest of the country this summer of 2026, it is blistering hot with real feels of 20 degrees warmer than the actual temperature. The lights in our garage, when you have them on, put off an extra 15 degrees. So working with the lights off is actually cooler, and the fan is just running just to give us hopes and dreams of actually being cooler while working. So for those who don't know, what is a needle?
A little tiny bearing that rides in here. There's a bunch of them.
And you think one slipped?
Yep, I think one's laying down in there. Not that you can see it in the dark, but there's a needle bearing. Inside this cap, you see along the edge, there's a whole bunch of them. You see how you got some laying in there too? If one of them's laying down in there, it won't let the cap seat all the way, and then the U-joint won't work properly anyways. That's why when I was installing it, I was moving it. It bound up, no more. Time to take it apart again. You can see here the gap.
Yeah.
Between the boot in there, the gap won't close. So there's definitely something wrong.
What do you need?
Smooth sailing. Find that for me?
Yep.
Well, not on camera. I don't want you to this.
What has happened?
We went and got Duralast U-joints.
Why did we go and get Duralast U-joints after we bought Spicer?
And apparently Spicer U-joints are no good. The needle bearings snap in half like butter.
Which these are needle bearings.
And then I had one where I put together and didn't realize it had a little chunk of metal down in the cap. So, nope. So 2 out of the 3, no good. So, decided to go gear last.
Because that's what we've always gone with anyways.
Yeah. Yep. So, this will be the way to go. Not very much. Never fought so much weakness. Going in, that is.
Okay, so now that the drive shaft is done, the transmission output shaft seal is getting replaced.
Yep. And I need something to do this with.
Like what? Like something flat to beat it in?
Like my homemade seal driver.
Where is that at?
In the drawer. I don't know, somewhere up in one of the 30 toolboxes.
What?
Something else I do that I usually hate myself for doing is I put a little bit of silicone around where the metal goes into the transmission. It's an older vehicle, probably had this seal done 15 times. There's grooves carved into the transmission's aluminum as well, so the silicone will help seal that so that it doesn't leak at the metal. Frustrating when you remove them, but you don't have to remove them as much for something silly. Okay.
Done.
Alright, I'm going to leave those loose for now while we get the rear set.
If you found this video informative or helpful, please like, subscribe, comment down below, let us know. Also consider becoming a YouTube member. That seriously helps support the channel in ways that you will never imagine, and we will catch you on the next one.